Hello, and welcome to The Mind of a Therapist, a podcast where we interview psychotherapists and helping professionals on what they are passionate about in order to provide you with messages of encouragement and hope. The Mind of a Therapist is sponsored by Psychological Counseling Services, PCS, Healing Hearts and Transforming Lives. Please look into our intensive program at pcsintensive.com. I am Dr. Marcus Earle, the Clinical Director of PCS. Each episode will be hosted by me or another PCS therapist. Please enjoy the following discussion. Hello, this is your host, Dr. Marcus Earle, and I'm sitting here with Rachel Jensen, one of our staff members. And Rachel, could you just introduce yourself for a moment?
Yeah, I'd love to. My name is Dr. Rachel Jensen. I'm one of the doctors of psychology here at PCS. Just finishing out my third year working here. I've enjoyed my experience so far, but I have a pretty diverse background in various areas, various settings, doing things like both individuals and group therapy, neurofeedback, EMDR, for all different populations. And I specialize in, different presenting concerns, and so it's a great honor to be working here.
So you like diversity?
I do. I wanted to get a lot of experience before, coming into the field itself in my training, so I could make sure I knew what I liked and was doing that well.
That's part of the exciting, aspect of going in this field is you get to try a lot of different things and find out what fits you best, and which is both enjoyable and a little stressful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
so
fun
tell
of
me,
it, though?
So you get to tell us what kind of drew you to the field.
Yeah, so, I had a sister growing up who had both physical and cognitive disabilities, and not only was she my sister, but she was my best friend, and I was also her caregiver, and so she really helped me learn a lot about the world and a lot about life and how to be a good person. And I always knew I wanted to help people, and I do love talking, so I felt might as well use my strengths and help people in that way by talking to them. So I have always been very passionate about talking to people, listening to people, and I've followed through with that by being in the field of psychology.
Yeah, I know from our previous conversations, your sister's been a great educator.
Yeah, she didn't even know it either.
Yeah, which it makes it even sweeter.
Yeah, she's very special to me, so I talk about her all the time.
Yes, which is a heartwarming experience to sit across from you when you do.
Yeah, I care deeply.
Yeah, that is one of your qualities, is to care deeply.
Thank you.
So tell me, what areas are you enjoying the most in this work as you've been going through this journey?
Yeah, it's so interesting because everywhere I've been has provided me with such a different experience. Specifically at PCS, I'm really enjoying running the mindfulness group each week for the intensive clients. I've found that it is not only helpful for the clients, but it's been really helpful for myself. I'm, learning a lot about what their practices are, how they incorporate it, and I'm also able to really provide them with tools and really accessible things that they can use either when they're emotionally dysregulated or as a preventative measure. So it's been really incredible being a part of that. I'm also really enjoying the EMDR work that I've been doing with clients lately. It's been so transformational for most of them, and it's wonderful to watch that work and be alongside them in it. So a lot of things. So
kind of a nice balance where you're getting to work with people to be mindful, to be able to calm, self-regulate. EMDR is where you get to jump in and dig deeper with people, which can sometimes be disruptive, but if they continue to see through the process, then they get to more settled.
Mm-hmm. And then they have tools to use when they are dysregulated in EMDR.
So learning about mindfulness, has that been something you've been trying to apply more for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've shown up in very anxious ways throughout my life. And so I think that mindfulness has been a wonderful tool for me to be able to slow down, be present, and just really listen to myself, my body, in different ways. And I've found that it has been a great learning curve for me, and I appreciate it very much.
So maybe you have, maybe you haven't. What do you think is kind of your style?
My style, yeah. I mean, person first, definitely, I think is a big deal for me. I really kind of describe my work as being a traveler alongside my clients in their journey. I really hope to encourage my clients and show them, how capable they are to be able to apply these skills into their everyday life. I want them to feel, as confident as I see their, wonderful skills, and being able to do that on their own for themselves without having to come to therapy regularly. So
empowerment.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's interesting how empowerment comes through digging into the areas where we don't feel empowered, or we've really struggled with insecurity and shame.
Don't get me wrong, I love to challenge my clients too. They're well aware of it, and in a healthy way. And but I definitely like to show them how capable they are.
Yeah. Often done with a smile, I would imagine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell me, where are you hoping for yourself professionally? Like, where do you think you're headed?
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying my work here, so hoping to stay here for quite some time, Marcus.
That would be nice.
And, I'm really hoping to just keep deepening the skills that I already have, and, also being immersed in new opportunities. I know but we have a few trainings coming up for new modalities that I'm really looking forward to. Just really expanding that knowledge and seeing where it takes me.
I think that's another exciting part of this field, is the opportunity to continue to learn.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And improve what we do. It'd be nice if we could just start being great. That's kind of the way life is. There's a learning that takes place over time, and you've been quick study with things. Just watched so much transformation in you during the time that I've known you.
Well, thank you.
How would you describe your experience here at PCS?
Yeah, I think you actually just hit the nail on the head as a learning experience, right? I think that I've grown so much here. I'm constantly learning, whether it's from my clients, from my colleagues. I get so much support and encouragement myself. And I think that I learn as both individually, as a person, and professionally. So I would describe it as a continuous learning experience.
Yeah. Which sometimes is overwhelming and most of the time invigorating.
Absolutely. So. Both can be true.
Yeah, I think both are true. Well done. The dialectic of life, isn't it?
I learned it here.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd want to share with anybody?
Yeah, I'm also a human outside of this, and I do a lot of other things that I enjoy. I like spending a lot of time with my family. I like spending a lot of time with my husband, my dogs, and being really active, trying new foods and things like that, traveling. So, I have a lot of things that I love to do, but I am very passionate about my work, and I'm really eager to see what is to come in the upcoming years and months. So excited to start year 4 here.
It's awesome. Well, it's a pleasure having you, and thanks for joining me right now. I appreciate it. You bet. Please press the subscribe button, as well as rating and providing a review of our podcast. This helps others to connect with what you have been hearing. If you have any questions, please contact us at themindofatherapist@gmail.com. These questions will be kept anonymous. I want to thank Eric Price for the wonderful music you hear in this podcast. Additionally, this podcast was created to provide accurate and authoritative information on the subject matter. Although we are interviewing licensed therapists, they are not your therapist. This podcast is not intended to serve as direct medical advice and should not be used as a substitute for direct professional help. It is given with the understanding that neither the host, publisher, guest, or PCS are rendering legal, medical, or clinical professional information. If you need a professional, we encourage you to find one. Visit Psychology Today to find a licensed clinician near you.